So guys, I want to rap to you about 5 things to help you kind of change the way you think about money. And pay attention to number 5, because number 5 is one that a lot of people tend to get wrong. Hopefully, these 5 things will give you a different viewpoint of money. All right, so let's jump into it. The very first thing is this. You got to stop worshiping money, or you cannot be in the habit of worshiping money or putting money on a higher pedestal than it belongs. Some people put money up here and it's the most important thing in their life, and they'll do anything to get more and more money. Listen to me closely, guys. When you put money on too high of a pedestal and you end up worshiping money, ultimately you're going to end up worshiping the people who have the most money, or the people who make the most money, or the people who appear to have the most money. When you worship money, you're going to put those people right up there at the top too. And here's one thing I want to get across to you in this video. Money is not as important as most people think it is. Now you may be saying, look, you're smart money, bro. Why would you say something like that? You know good and well that money is important. Listen, I know that money is important. I'm not saying it's not important, but I'm saying it's not the most important thing. There's other things way more important than money. And I'm talking about your health, your spiritual walk, your friendships and relationships, your core values, your ability to enjoy life, being grateful, time. Look, I can go on and name a bunch of things that go above money. Don't get me wrong. Money's cool. Money's important. It has its place, but it's not the most important thing. And a lot of people get this wrong. They think that money is super duper important and you gotta have, no, listen. We used to call it selling out, right? People that would do anything just to get money. I don't even think they use the term sell out anymore, but we used to call it selling out. You don't want to sell out your core values, your core beliefs, the things that you hold closest to you, closest to your heart. Those things are more important than money. When you worship money, ultimately you're going to be doing some things you don't want to do just to get money. You're going to be saying some things you don't want to say just to get money. You're going to be hanging around people or doing things or doing favors or whatever it could be for money, because you put money above everything else. Please, whatever you do, keep money in its proper place. It's important, but it's not the most important. When you get to the point where you can live your life without putting money above everything else, you're going to live a much more fulfilled life. Now that takes me to number 2. The second thing is this. Start needing less. Start considering living more frugally. I don't mean live like a pauper, right, in a cardboard box or anything like that. Nothing wrong with paupers. I'm just saying, when I say start living or consider living a more frugal life, what I'm saying is stop relying on stuff to make you happy. When you rely on stuff to make you feel good and make you happy, you're going to feel worthless when you don't have stuff. You're going to feel not as good when you don't have stuff. So never let stuff dictate your happiness or dictate your joy, right? Whether you have the car, whether you have the shoes, whether you have the clothes, whether you have the big house, get to a point where you can live more frugal and you don't need stuff to feel good. Materialism, consumerism, that stuff destroys real joy. Remember, happiness is an emotion. Joy is a choice. And you can decide to have joy whether or not you have a bunch of stuff or not. Lean on joy. Don't lean on stuff. Don't lean on materialism. Don't lean on consumerism, right? A lot of people are chasing happiness, which is an emotion, which means it comes and goes. Some days you'll feel happy, some days you won't feel happy, some days you'll be angry, some days you won't be angry, right? It's just an emotion. But some people gotta have stuff, so what happens is they start buying stuff on Amazon, and every 2 days there's an Amazon package being dropped off. A lot of people have a problem with stuff. They believe that shopping and getting stuff makes them feel good. And so they end up spending a lot of money on feeling good. When if you simply focus more on the choice, the decision to have joy, then you'd not only feel better in life, but you'll also have more money. The kicker is this. You can be grateful for what you have and still work hard for the things that you want out of life. But don't chase the material. Don't chase stuff. because that'll keep you with car payments. That'll keep you with credit card payments. And every time you have a credit card payment and a car payment, and you got all these extra payments and payments and payments and payments, guess what you don't have? You don't have money, because all your money is going out in payments. When if you just had joy, you can take that money and you can be wiser with it. Save it, invest it, grow it. Let's go to the next one. So the next thing is this. Now, you want to make more money, right? Everybody wants to make more money. I get it. You want to bring in more money. That means you got to get in the habit of doing things that are going to lead to more money. And what that means is you got to get in the habit of seeking higher paying skills. You got to get in the habit of seeking the skills that's going to be able to put more money in your pocket. See, making money, guys, or making more money or having more money, however you want to put it, it's not really rocket science. It's not overly difficult, right? Having more money is just saying, hey, who am I where I can generate more income based on the skills or what I bring to the table? See, you get paid not because of your time. You're getting paid because of the value that you bring to whatever circumstance or situation you go to every day. For some of you, it's a job, right? You go to a job every day and you make $30 an hour. The reason you're making $30 an hour is because you have the skills of $30 an hour. Now, if you walked into that job and all of a sudden you had the skills to make $100 an hour, you'd make $100 an hour, right? So you have to spend time understanding and learning how to get more skills. You probably have $500,000 a year skills, right? You probably already got them, but you just don't know you have them. So perhaps part of this whole thing of making more money or higher paying skills, perhaps you can make more money if you figure out what is your purpose? Why are you here? What is your assignment that you're supposed to be delivering to the people of the world? Maybe it is taking the skill you already have and developing it into higher paying skills with certifications, with college, whatever it may be, right? Maybe it is taking the skill you already do and becoming the best at it, or developing it, or getting more education to go higher with it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just taking a natural God-given talent or gift or skill that you already have, that is a part of your purpose or that is a part of your assignment. Maybe it's figuring out what that is and developing it to get to another wealthy place. But maybe it's your purpose and your assignment that's going to lead you to these higher paying skills, developed higher paying skills that can get you more money. But you have to become a different person than you already are to get something different out of life. Now, I don't mean be fake and be phony, I mean lean into your assignment. Lean into whatever your purpose on this earth is. Lean into your uniqueness, your gift, your talent, or your natural skill. Lean into it. Because if you lean into what you do naturally, or your purpose or assignment, or your gift, or the higher paying skills, when you lean into those things, that's going to help you make more money. That's going to help you be wealthier, whether that wealth is through money, or whether that wealth is through friendships, or whether that wealth is through time, having more time, whether that wealth is through having more joy, whatever it could bring you. It could bring you more wealth than you already got. Because as you change, your money changes too. When you become more, you make more. Now listen, most of us, we're not winning the lottery. Most of us are not getting some type of inheritance from a family member. So we either got to go deeper and lean into a higher paying skill, or we have to go deeper and lean into our purpose on this planet to find wealth or to have more wealth. Now, the fourth thing to think different about money is always live below your means, even when you make more money. Now, I know this sounds very, very elementary and very, very basic. You hear people say live below your means all the time, right? And your means is your income. But believe it or not, this is more difficult for people than you think. Success with money oftentimes means that you have to sort of go against your natural human inclinations. You have to resist the natural temptation that we all have to spend more money every single time we make more money. You got to resist that. See, because you'll never build wealth that way. What'll happen is, yeah, you make $40,000 a year today, and then in 5 years, you'll make $80,000. Guess what? When you're making $80,000, you're going to be spending more money unless you resist the temptation to not spend more, to try to keep your expenses the same, well below what you bring in. I mean, how many of you know somebody who every time they made more money, they went out and got a nicer car? Every time they made more money, they started spending more money. It's just natural, but you got to fight against that. That'll have you making $150,000 a year, still living paycheck to paycheck and wondering why you live paycheck to paycheck. Well, it's because now you make more money. Now you automatically started spending more money. You don't have to do that. And you may be saying, well, I want to treat myself. I deserve it. I don't mind you treating yourself from time to time. Not at all. Now, here's number 5. You have to get into this thing called flipping money. Okay, let me explain it this way. Money goes down in value because of inflation, right? You got to take money going down in value, and as soon as you get money, a paycheck, cash, whatever you get, as soon as you get it, you got to go flip it. You got to take this money that's going down in value because of inflation, and you got to turn it into something going up in value. You got to go invest that money into assets, right? Get your money out of liabilities, and having it in cash is like a liability because it loses its value due to inflation. Get it out of the liability and put it in assets as soon as possible. Really, as soon as you get it. You cannot hold money in cash and try to build wealth. You cannot hold, listen, if I run into another person who's 40 years old and has $50,000 sitting at the local bank down the street, I'm going to scream or I'm going to go off on somebody. Listen, get your money get all that money out from underneath your mattress, from underneath the safe in your home, from out of the safe in your home, out of the local bank that's giving you 0.000% interest, and go invest the money. You got to take the money, you got to take the risk, and you got to go invest the money into assets. Invest the money into stocks. Invest the money into ETFs and index funds. Invest the money into real estate. Invest the money into income producing land, gold, commodities. Look, artwork, whatever. You got to take the money and go do something with it. Stop hoarding money because you're too scared to invest it for it to grow. That is a scarcity mindset. And you got to get out of this scarcity mindset that's rooted in fear if you want to build wealth. Because the tighter you hold on to money, the less it'll grow. We had a saying when I was growing up. I don't know if you guys had the same saying, but the saying was, scared money don't make money. All it meant was you got to be willing to take a risk, whatever that risk may be. I'm not saying go gamble your money away. I'm saying get over your fear and operate with an abundance mindset. And that starts with you taking that money and putting it into assets that are going up in value. I hope this helps you, at least get you to think about changing the way you look at money. Do me a favor, drop me a comment below and let me know what you think. But more importantly, share this video with someone who you know. Hey, the best person who's going to take care of the old you is the young you. Take good care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.